In yesterday's lesson, we talked about place value and we talked about numbers or digits could be in different places and it would change their value. We talked about we have 9 digits that we use: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we can move those all around, and depending on what place they're in, talks about what their value is. So if there are, well, for instance, let's go down here. So if we had a number 6 right here, that would just mean we had 6 ones. But if we had a 3 right here, what that would mean is we had 3 groups of 10, and that's the tens place. So if we have a 3 in the tens place and a 6 in the ones place, then we would have 36. We have 3 groups of 10 and then 6 left over. Well, what if we also had a 1 over here? This would be the hundreds place. What that tells us is that we have 1 group of 100, 3 groups of 10, and 6 that are left over that are just ones. So we have 136 altogether. We just talked about digits yesterday, but today we're going to talk about the base 10 blocks. So place value, we got introduced yesterday. These are some pictures or some tools that we use to help us with place value. If you have 1 square, that just means a 1. If you had 10 of them, then altogether that would be a group of 10. And when we have our tools in the classroom, those are the sticks. Some call it a 10 stick. And it just means that there are 10 of these little ones all stuck together. It's 1 group of 10. And then if you had 10 groups of 10, you would have 100. And we call this a flat. So it's just taking 10 of these sticks and gluing them all together is kind of what it looks like. And then you would have a 100. So the pictures would be 1. This is a 10 stick. That's a group of 10. And this is a 100. It's a flat or a group of 100 squares. If you took the time to count each of those little squares in there, you would come up with 100. So let's practice this just a little bit. We did it down here with digits. Let's draw another one. So these are my places. I've got the ones place, the tens place, and the 100s. And if I drew, let's switch my color here. These are my little squares. And let's say I have some 10 sticks. And if I'm drawing the tools, I just do like a tally mark. And then for the 100, I would draw a big square, and those represent a flat of 100. So I've drawn the base 10 here. Now let's put them in the place value. So how many ones do we have? We have 2, so I'll write that I have 2. And then how many 10 sticks or groups of 10? We have 3 of those. And then how many groups of 100 do we have? 1, 2. So I have 2 groups of 100. So all together, without having to count every little square, I know that I have 232 shown in base 10. So here are the digits that you would write, but this is how that would be drawn. Little squares, tally marks, big squares for the hundreds.